Cam Newton's presence in New England has been hailed by Belichick in a manner that has been effusive for him. Talking about his work ethic, talking about how he shows up, what he does, how he handles his business, how important he is to the team, how important he has been for the team. I mean, he talks about essentially his quarterback in a manner that we've never heard him say about Brady until Brady left and he put it in the end of a press release. Right?
Yeah. And
I mentioned, hey, maybe Brady would have stuck around longer had he heard that. But he stuck around for 20 years. And part of the reason why I'm not going to be in the business of Patriots out, some other team in, as others in our business are already going in that direction. And part of the reason for that has to be Brady out, Cam in, and many players of note from Hightower and Patrick Chung out because they opted out, and new players in. And maybe that's why people are counting the Patriots out in that regard. But for me, and I'm not just saying this because he called into our show as our first Peacock guest, but I saw front and center of my own two eyes when I came back from the NFL 100 all-time team show. And I turned to you, Chris, and I said, essentially, I don't know how anybody beats this guy because of his vast wealth of knowledge and history of the game and how he uses this to help out here. And he remembers that down in distance from 1988, and it's going to work out in 2008 and 2018 because he remembers it from 88. Belichick, I trust, and Bill, I trust.
Yeah.
And I think what he's doing with Cam is because it's required. You heard what Cam had to say from his end as to why people do not believe why he and Belichick can mesh. And Belichick is coming out and saying what he thinks needs to be said to potentially help this process or coach him up in the same way that he coached Brady for 20 years. I honestly believe the Patriots are going to make the playoffs. I do believe the Bills win the division, though.
Oh. New England sneaks into the 7 seed?
No, I told you Denver's a 7 seed.
Okay.
I think New England's going to win their usual 10 games and maybe be a wild card team, and we'll see what happens from there. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.